how can I find my passion and turn it into a career while also, supporting my family and my 6-month-old baby.
How old are you?
I am 35.
35. Yeah. I guess I don't put a lot of stock in quote unquote finding your passion. Tell me what's beneath the question. What's been going on in your world?
I've just realized that I keep finding dead-end jobs, meaningless jobs that I want to find something that I could possibly enjoy doing, for the next 30 years. And also being able to be home and, provide for my family.
Well, I guess first off, I would throw out any notion that you're going to have a single job for the next 30 years. We're going through one of the most significant upheavals in work history and human civilization. So I wouldn't count on like the next 30 years. Often when people ask me the question you're asking me when I'm out on the road, it comes from a different place. And that is, you're trying to find a place that you can go, a thing that you can do that will make you feel like you're finally worthy or finally have some sort of purpose in the world. Does that sound right?
That's correct.
So tell me, since you've been 21, that's the last 14 years, bouncing around from job to job to job, have you increasingly found yourself just not liking Rome? Not liking the guy you see in the mirror?
Yes and no. I think to dig a little deeper, I think basically growing up, my parents moved over here to the United States from another country. And growing up myself, I kind of was limited, if that makes any sense, to certain things growing up as a child, and I kind of, how can I say it? I kind of envisioned a lot of closed doors in front of me. And once the opportunity came where, those doors opened up slightly, I, started thinking, okay, what's something that I could probably enjoy or do? I pursued it, ended up not, choosing the wrong thing. Basically jumping around from job to job. I changed careers multiple times. I'm at one now where I'm just realizing that it's probably not going to be for me. It does pay well, but it's not something I see myself doing long term.
What do you see? What do you see yourself doing long term?
I don't know, honestly. I don't. I feel like I'm stuck.
I think that's the problem, that you keep taking these new jobs, these great opportunities, and you keep going with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you become the common denominator here. And you have a 6-month-old baby, you're working a job, you don't love it, but it makes good money, it's paying for the bills. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So is it covering the bills in your house, taking care of your family?
It is.
Brother, that's noble. Like exhale on that. It's not your passion. Great. Like people who tell you to go find your passion, man, they're snake oil salesmen.
Mm-hmm.
Most people become passionate about what they're really good at. And you get really good at something by doing it over and over and over again. And that means you fail a lot. People make you do it. You show up because you get arbitrary deadlines and right? So it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
But you're apart. You're 35 years old, man. You were the students in college when I was a professor and a dean of students. Like you guys were told that it would feel a certain way when you got there, and they lied to you, man. My generation, we lied to you, and I'm sorry on behalf of everybody. It still is every day you wake up and it's really hard.
Yeah.
And there's still days I wake up and dude, I don't like it's this job that I'm in right now. I'm as passionate about helping people as I've always been. There's days it's really hard, man. And then in 2 days, I've been sick for the whole week and I've got to get these shows in and we got to cut ads. And then I got to get on a plane and fly to Austin for an interview. And then that night fly to Phoenix to speak to 80,000. Like it just doesn't stop. Right. So I'm passionate about it, and it's a grind. And so I tell you that to tell you, like, finding the thing you're good at just means showing up and 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 deciding I'm going to get better and better at this thing. But that usually means you got to decide that you're worth showing up for over and over again. And I don't know that you believe that.
I think one of the things that stuck out when I'm with this job is it's very physically demanding, and that's one of the reasons why I know it's something I can't do long term, just because I'm slightly starting to feel it on my body, and I don't want to be hurting in the long run.
Okay. Do you go to the gym? Do you exercise?
I was going pretty frequently. Once the baby was born, that changed things a little bit.
Sure.
And I just got to the point where I felt like I was overworking my body with going to the gym and also my job. It became too much, I think, physically.
So I'm going to hook you up with my friend. My friend Ken Coleman's got a career assessment. I want you to take it, okay? So I'm going to give it to you for free, okay? And it comes with a book. I'll send you all that stuff for free, okay? It's called Work You're Wired to Do. I'll send you all that, and you can take the inventory. The bigger thing is beneath all of that. Do you like being a dad?
I love it. It's the best thing ever, honestly.
Do you like being a husband? I
do, yes. I have an amazing wife.
Okay. Does she work?
Yes.
Okay. I would love to see you stick at something for a season and just make a commitment to yourselves. I'm not going to quit for 2 years. I'm going to grind it out, or I'm going to do this job and I'm going to take a side hustle job too. And I'm going to begin to get my fingers and toes wet in a lot of different things. But I think if you were to quit this job and to go start a new job, within 6 months, you would find a reason why this job wasn't going to be, quote unquote, your long-term job, because you don't have a vision even for what that long-term job is, because you don't have a vision for what it looks like to look in the mirror and just be happy with Rome. And so everything you're chasing is always going to be out there, out there, out there, out there. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm out to lunch, man. I'm okay if I'm completely missing the mark here.
No, I think you're pretty spot on.
Okay. Did somebody tell you weren't enough?
No, not necessarily. I think growing up, I never had any form of guidance, I guess you could say.
Okay.
I was just kind of figuring life out as I went along.
Yeah. Your parents were just hustling and hustling?
Yeah, they were always working growing up.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. Mm-hmm. And I know their life was tough too, man. Tough. So you do me a favor at your job site now. Are you throwing boxes? What are you doing? Give me a vague picture.
A vague picture. I work in a delivering beverages to stores, restaurants.
Okay.
Groceries, and so I'm basically breaking down pallets worth of product and moving it along as I go. And
okay,
it's very physically demanding.
There you go. Do you like the beverage industry, or do you like the grocery stores that you deliver to, or the bars that you roll into?
Some yes, some no.
Okay. So maybe sitting down with asking for 5 minutes or 15 minutes, or grab a quick cup of coffee with an assistant store manager who sees you in your uniform working, and you have a great attitude when you work, and you go in there and you're always working, and you sit down and ask for 10 minutes of his time and grab him a cup of coffee and say, I'll pay for it, even though it's his grocery store. You say, hey, can I pick your brain for 10 minutes? What's it like being a manager of a grocery store? Because I'm interested in this industry, but I might trade. I might be looking to shift, and I just want to have a conversation with somebody about that. Or if you like walking into a bar in the morning in the light and it's smoky and somebody's sweeping it up, you think, man, this would be a fun life. I'll sit down and talk to the owner. Or you're dropping, I don't know, food off, or you're dropping drinks off at a local gym. But it's just about sitting down with somebody and saying, hey, tell me about the life of this job, of this career. You're right. Running drinks, running beverage is tough. It's tough. It beats up your hips and your knees over time. You can also make some good money, and you can hustle, man. But it's just about saying taking that next step. But also, here's the thing. I really want to encourage you. In fact, hang on the line. I'm going to hook you up with Ken Coleman's book, The Work You're Wired to Do, and I'm going to hook you up with my friends at BetterHelp. I want you to talk to a counselor. I want you to talk to a counselor because there's something in your affect and there's something in your story that I'm missing. But I think it's weighing heavy on you because wherever you're going, you keep going with you. And until you're okay with you, it's going to make showing up anywhere that much harder. Okay? So hang on the line here, brother. I'm really grateful for the call, Rome, and congratulations on being a good dad and for having a new baby and for being a good husband. You're showing up and putting food on the table, which is what you got to be doing in this season. But I think you're right. There may be more out there in the world for you.